This is why the trans thing is such an issue. It's because at once they're saying biology has nothing to do with it. And then also they're saying, well, if you want to be a man, all you have to do is inject yourself with testosterone.
Mm.
So that is one reason why I have picked up big time on the trans issue, partially because it's abusive and horrible to children, partially because it is inherently contradictory and reveals all the madness about this stuff. Yes, masculinity can come in a vial. It can. It
Mm-hmm.
comes right out of your balls. It is a chemical at times that pushes you. Anybody that's experimented with testosterone or taken testosterone replacement therapy, they can tell you firsthand more testosterone feels like, well, A, more confidence, more aggression, more risk taking, more competitiveness. It's so clear that there's a biological connection to who we are as people and gender and sexuality, despite the fact that everybody's saying right now that everybody's the same and it doesn't matter. If you just call yourself a woman, you're a woman now and you can compete in the Olympics. I feel like this is such a absurd, farcical moment that like at any minute somebody's just gonna be like, and scene, oh, that was hilarious, everybody, you've been pranked. But no, this is reality. There's actually going to be women with testicles competing at the freaking Olympics.
You think so?
Oh, I know. So there's a New Zealand weightlifter that just got added to the team that was a man up until just recently.
Mm. So how do you see that story ending?
I have no idea. Tears. I think actually, look, liberal white women have been leading this effort of just ruining the world, basically. Right. And it will be conservative women that lead the effort back. And by this, I mean, you can see it happening. For example, in Loudoun County in Virginia, they are tired of having their kids taught that they're racist. When they find out at home at their kitchen table what's happening in schools, that is when people, Mama Bear, she gets motivated, right? And she's out there taking action.
Mm.
And this CRT in elementary schools is partially the red pill of all red pills to wake people up. When
Mm.
it comes home to the everyday American's kitchen table, I think that's going to be helpful in accelerating the inevitable, which is some sort of collapse of this ideology, because there's no logic, no values, no principles, no God, no history, no nothing. So it can't last forever.
Mm-hmm.
It can last for a long time. It can do a lot of damage, but I do believe that the more middle American women find out about what's happening in their schools, the shorter the time is left for all this other nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it's like, what happens when your girl, like, if my girl in her sport got to her senior year in high school and all of a sudden she's competing against actual testicle having women, I mean, those kind of moments too are going to wake people up.
Yeah, I think that's also what's gonna need to be done is just enough parents like seeing their biological girls getting wrecked, right? Like there's gonna have to be enough pain, and you're like, well, this just isn't fair. You see so many things on social media where they're like, well, just run faster, then you'll be the fastest girl. I'm like, that's not how it works. One of my trainers was saying that if I think it was Venus or Serena, I guess it applies to both of them, but if they were to compete in like D3 college tennis, that they would be like constantly beat out. And like you can look at both of them and they are just like the perfect prototype of what an athletic woman is supposed to be, right? Like just an absolute beast. Like no one's going to beat those two, right? And then you have D3, little scrawny college boys beating them on the court. What is that then, if biology
Yeah.
doesn't matter?
It doesn't matter. And, again, I told you my daughter is learning things through experience, right?
Mhm.
She competes in a sport where there's girls and boys. They're separated, but they do the same events.
Mhm.
And the times are wildly different.
Mhm.
And she knows why. It's not because she doesn't try as hard.
Mhm.
Hell no, she probably tries harder.
Mhm.
She's probably more dedicated and more focused, but that's just her. And you can just see it. So anybody that doesn't acknowledge the biological essentialism of gender and performance is just a liar. They're
Mhm.
just lying to you.
Mhm.
And you know immediately not to take them seriously because either they haven't done the research or they're maliciously trying to manipulate you.
Mhm.